Hello, everyone. Hello, marriage scholars. I have something important to tell you today. If you're a woman and you're finding it very difficult to be submissive to your husband, check yourself very well. Maybe you married a wimp. Now, if you're a man and your wife is not submitting to you as you want, or you're always struggling with this idea of submission, she's not submissive and all that, check yourself very well. Maybe you are a wimp. I know using the word wimp, somebody will be asking me, what is a wimp? Now, let me read it as I saw it on Google. It said, a weak and cowardly or unadventurous person is a wimp. And there are so many ways to describe a wimp. The first one is a coward. The second one is sissy, sissy, anyhow you want to call it. Then another one is a weakling, all right? Welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Glory, aka Glow Dikani. Okay, on this channel, I talk about everything marriage, love, and relationship. My whole idea or my aim of starting this channel is to help the unmarried choose right and keep the marriage from running until they must. So if you've not subscribed to my channel or you've not followed me on Facebook or my Facebook page, please do so. Even if what I'm saying is not, relevant to you, because maybe you know them, you've understood everything, there's somebody around you who will benefit from it. So always, drop your comment on my videos, share them, like them, and everything. And if there's a topic you want me to talk about, please do so and share it to me. I will talk about it. And one thing I will assure you is I will always tell you the truth. The idea of women submitting to their husbands is often misused and maybe misrepresented or misinterpreted, anyhow you want to call it. Okay, and so many women are facing abuse in their relationships, maybe in their marriages, because the people involved have not taken time to really understand what submission is, both in marriage and outside marriage. And because of this, I really took my time, like I really took an extra time to research about this thing called submission. And the first one I want to share from my findings is the literal meaning of submission. It said the action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or to the will or authority of another person. The act of submitting or yielding, you can call it surrendering, all right? Now, I also checked the spiritual meaning of submission. It says submitting ourselves to God means that we listen to Him, obey Him, and follow Him. When we submit ourselves to God, we acknowledge His Lordship in our lives. We must give up our own desires, that is to God, hopes, and wants, and choose to follow Jesus wherever He leads. That's the spiritual meaning. I've told you the literal meaning and I've told you the spiritual meaning of submission. Now let's bring it down to marital meaning of submission. In Ephesians chapter 5, from verse 22 to 33, I'm reading the New International Version. St. Paul was telling women, he said, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Now, in 25, he said, husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy. That's the church. And you and I, we are the church. He said, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish. Okay, he said, but holy and blameless. In this way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body just as Christ does the church. Okay, going down in verse 32, St. Paul said, this mystery is a profound one, and I'm saying that it refers to Christ and the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. This means the submission we read in Ephesians is talking about wives respecting their husbands, and not for wives to become stupid, without opinion, without feeling, without sense, without anything to say or contribute in the family, just because they want to submit, or under that name, submission. Apart from the Bible and the dictionary and, other places I checked, I also went further and discovered another idea of submission. It says submission in marriage means selflessness, service, accountability, and respect for your partner, which should be mutual. These people, according to the Guardian.ng, they say submission should be mutual. Why? Because submission is respect, and you respect me, I respect you. He said, it is not slavery or a woman's call to lose her voice. The fundamental rubric on which the Christian marriage is built is love. And love is anything but the desire to control. You can go and read further because I will share the link down the description below. Now, another site I checked says submission looks like respecting a husband's point of view. It means humbly sharing your opinion with him. It means not invalidating him, especially in front of others. It means trusting his decision as the leader. Mark that word, leader. Now, he said, why feeling empowered to give your own point of view? Of course, you trust his decision as a leader. Why I say mark that word is because leaders are respected. Okay, they command respect. They don't need to force anybody to respect them. Anybody who is a leader commands respect. Now that I've rounded up everything I discovered or I uncovered from my research, now let me share my own opinion about submission. This is my own opinion, all right, and what I've come to understand about submission. Like I said earlier, I got to understand that submission is respect. Let's remove the word submission and replace it with a more down-to-earth word, respect, okay? When it comes to respect, respect is reciprocal. And another thing, you don't force people to respect you. When they say you command respect, means even when you come into a place, already people respect you because of what? You are respectable. I've come to realize that as a woman, I prefer my man to be at the helm of affairs. I am not going to dispute it. In fact, I don't want to be the head of the family. I don't want to take the lead. I don't want to carry the responsibility. Let my husband be the head of the family. In that way, I get my peace. I can enjoy my own foolishness or whatever. Like I can enjoy my own SSCs and everything I want to enjoy when he is manning the affairs of the home. But you see, for a man to be the leader, for a man to take on the helm of affairs, and for the woman to comfortably hand it over to him, he must be someone respectable. This respect is earned, is not forced. You get respect through your actions, all right? You don't force people to acknowledge you. You just imagine, like maybe I'm going on the road and I'm shouting, respect me, respect me, respect me. Even from that action, people will tell me you are a foolish person, isn't it? So from what I've just said now, it's easy for you to understand that if you're a man and the only person who is respecting you in your life is your wife, that means you are not respectable. And let me tell you that your wife is not even respecting you. She's just being a sycophant, maybe to get what she wants from you and avoid your trouble. That is not respect. Now, if you think I am lying or I'm just saying it, as I said, is my own opinion, try to make that your wife angry one day. Then she will tell you how foolish you are, how much she resents you, how is it that you don't have sense. Just make her angry. People tend to say what's in their mind when they are angry. So if you think your wife that is just being a sycophant around you is showing you respect, make her angry. She will vomit everything that is in her heart. So all my brothers on earth, I want to tell you something. If you want to be respected, make yourself respectable, and don't kind of measure the level of respect you command from your wife. No. Your wife will respect you. In fact, when people outside there respect you, when people around you respect you, even your wife, she will respect you without even knowing that, she will respect you effortlessly. She doesn't need to struggle because you are a respectable man. I call those kind of men real men. The real men in my book, these are men that are on top of their game. Let me tell you, I don't need to come and stay here and start telling you what a real man is. Everybody out there knows what a real man is, all right? They are not wimps. They are not sissy. They are not cowards. They are not weak. They stand their ground. They know what is expected of them. They bear their responsibilities. They maintain their integrity. They don't allow anybody to insult them. Not only their wives, it's not their wife they are focusing on. Generally, these men are men. They are strong men in everything, mentally, emotionally, physically, of course. Now, let me tell you something that my bishop told me, Bishop Gabriel. He told me one day, he said, you cannot lead anybody that doesn't have respect for you. No, like the person must respect you. The person must see you that maybe you have this thing, or you command something, like there's something in you that is very important, no matter how small. That's why you see men of God, even the poor ones, are respected. All right, why? Because they are seemingly called by God, and many of us fear the Lord. I personally, I fear the Lord. I cannot stand and insult a man of God. Somebody who said, I am a man of God, I am a pastor, to me, that person bears the anointing of the Lord. Forget about whether he's a real one or fake one. I don't know, and I don't care to know. I'm protecting my own relationship with God. So every man of God, I respect them. All right. I'm not just respecting them as individuals, I'm respecting the Lord's anointing on their heads. Why? Because I fear the Lord. So men, don't think you need to subdue your wife. You need to, lord over her all the time just because you want her to respect you. No, try to be who you are supposed to be. Try to be a respectable person. Judge how respectable you are out there, and then you will see that your wife will, in fact, seamlessly respect you as a man. We often say that good leaders are servants of all. Okay, now leaders are servants of all. They're servants of the people they lead. They humble themselves and everything, and yet we respect them. I mean, if leaders who are servants of all are respected, that means it's not about arrogance. You being arrogant or pompous or trying to show muscle to anybody is not going to gain you any respect. Unfortunately, I've discovered that most arrogant people, most haughty men, they don't have any substance. Now, if you come around me, you're showing your arrogance and trying to show me who you are because you are a man, and I weigh you, and then there is nothing, there is no substance, I may avoid you because I am not a disrespectful person. I may just avoid you. But if you are bringing yourself, if you are closer to me without anything, I look at you, you're just empty. How do you expect me to even respect you? What I'm doing is to avoid you. I am not respecting you. I'm avoiding you. Now, let me tell you something. Men who are, they call it men of substance. These men are very strong. Like they have something to offer. They have self-confidence. A man of self-confidence is not arrogant. He's not haughty. In fact, when you see them, they are cool. They are calm. They are collected. Like, when you see them, when they open their mouth to talk, you hear wisdom. Those men don't have time to beat their wives into submission, or to beat or command their wives into respecting them. No. They don't even have time to even notice a single woman who is disrespecting herself, not them, when they have multitudes of people out there respecting them. One way you will know these men filled with self-confidence and self-esteem is when they see their wives, they want to bring out their innate qualities. That is, the good parts of their wives, and they want their wives to shine, and then they will stay one place applauding her, using her like to showing how proud they are of their wives. But when you see some men who don't have anything, like those arrogant and haughty men without substance, you see them when they get a woman who is blessed with high good qualities, they want to bring her down to their level, maybe because they are feeling inferior and they don't want their wives to outshine them, and you see them bringing down their wives so low. In fact, even when you want to soar, they will drag you down. To them, you want to be a Margaret or what. Those men have inferiority complex, and that's why I'm always telling women, please always know who you are, and then choose the kind of person you will spend the rest of your life with. This kind of men, this type of men that want to bring down their wife and subdue them, are those ones that will be going about telling everybody, my wife is disrespecting me, my wife is not respectful, my wife is haughty, my wife insults me. Are you not busy at all? You don't need to even say these things if you are on top of your game. So if you're a man, try to be a man. Stop beating the poor woman into maybe fearing you if your wife is afraid of you. I often hear some people say they can't even gist with their husbands and everything. They don't want to create problems. In fact, they're avoiding problems. How are you going to live your life like that? Like if you're going to live with this man for 50 years, you will be avoiding trouble for 50 years. Take, for instance, I and my husband, the way we do here, if you're staying around us, you will laugh your head off. If I call him and man phone now, I can call him one name like this. I may even call him once. I may call him, hey, Afan Soup, how are you now? He will just find one stupid name and call me, and then we'll laugh. Some people will tell me, you can't do this one with my husband, though. Of course, I understand. People are not the same, all right? So even though I joke with my husband up and down, why we are even doing this is to, catch fun in this thing called marriage. Because whether you like it or not, marriage has a lot of responsibilities that can even weigh you down, okay? But we are trying our best to make life livable. It's not like his name is whatever it is I call him. No, we are just trying to have some reasons to laugh as we are navigating the turbulent water of life and everything. So I am not that I call him such names, or we laugh together. Doesn't mean I don't respect my husband. Let me tell you something. Everything I'm doing, whatever it is I want to do, I will always call him and say, Oga Joe, like I used to tease him. I would say, Oga Joe, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think? He will tell me if it's me or this is, because I've discovered that the guy is filled with knowledge. Like, experience have taught him a lot of things. And me now, from where I'm coming from, like my own experience in so many things of life is limited. But he has a vast experience in many things. So I am harnessing that potential. I'm harnessing that quality of his, that knowledge he has. I will call him and say, what do you think? This is what I want to do. Do you think this one will work? Do you think this one will favor me? He will now tell me, okay, this is how, if it's like this, or, do this. And sometimes he calls me. Why does he call me? Because I have sense too. Anyway, I'm getting to that. So if you're a man, instead of being a weakling and trying to bring your wife down to that level of, that low level so that you will feel that you're a man. No. Instead of that, try and, up your life a little, like upgrade who you are. All those things that may make you not to be respected, why not try to change some of those things and take up your responsibility as the head, as a good leader, not a leader that doesn't have direction. I've often heard a lot of women complain that marriage brought them down, that they had many goals. They had many goals in their lives, but immediately they got married, it was as if everything just died like that. No, it was not the marriage. It was the partner they chose from the beginning. Okay, take for instance, the other day my husband was telling me, you are not even at the level where I envisage you to be. Like, he told me, you've not reached where I'm expecting you to reach. Look at this person. He was now using some, superlative women or superlative substances to, like tell me, this is where I want you to be. This is where I want. I was in my mind, say, oh, so everything I'm doing even now is not even enough for you. You want me to do, but I was also happy. Like, he wants me to go higher so that I know that he will stay one place and be telling his friends, look at my wife, look at my wife. I felt good because when I listen to women who say they want to do this and their husbands are saying no, they want to do this and their husbands are saying, I will be like, wow, I am blessed. In fact, one day I told him, oh my God, Oga Joe, do you know I'm one of the luckiest women on earth? Like, I married you. He told me, that's why you should be bringing fowl to do Thanksgiving every day for me. My husband can only encourage me to fly higher because he is a man of self-confidence. Like, sometimes he will tell you, don't insult me, I'm a big boy. Of course, he's a big boy. Like, he commands respect. He's humble, he's caring, he's everything, not just to me, but to people around him. He respects everybody, but he's also a big boy on his own. So he's trying to make me, like bring out the best in me. Because if I'm shining, he is proud of me. That I am shining will not stop him from shining. They say you cannot stop my shine and all that. My own shining is for me. Sometimes I will tell him, hey, Oga, this thing will affect you. He will just ask me, is it your affect? Is it not my own affect? Just make us laugh and everything. No, now, if I'm shining, he can't stop my husband from what? Shining. It's my own shine. It's not his own shine. Why? Because he's a real man. He has enough self-confidence to even last him a lifetime. You see, that is him because of who he is. I call him a real man in my own book. Like I said, in my own book, I've checked everything. My husband is a real man. He is not a wimp. But you see, there are some men with inferiority complex that will bring down their wife, who in fact, how dare you go and open an office? How dare you go and do this one? How dare you do this one? Hey, how dare you? They want you to stay. Some men will even tell their graduates that are women, like, you married a woman with good IQ, like high IQ, a woman with good certificate, and you say she should just stay at home, and because you want to tell her that you are the leader of the house. See, apart from bringing money and giving your wife everything, like she's eating food and everything, women are supposed to go out there and experience life because they are human beings. They are not objects. Like, they are not the television you kept in your house. They are not the chairs that are in your house. They are human beings. And don't forget, they came from a family too. And they have their own direct responsibilities, which you as a man cannot handle all. So let men stop trying to bring down their wives just because they will feel that if the woman soars higher than them, they will lose respect. It's a lie. Except those women whose disrespect is written, boldly in their DNA. Fine. You can now begin to fight her of respect. Let me tell you, your wife is not the only measure you should have for checking your respectability. People outside will also respect you. And like I said before, if people outside are respecting you, that means you command respect. And that woman in the house will not even have any option but to respect you. She will not even struggle to respect you. She will always come to hear your own opinion because you got something to offer. This is why I will always say it from the beginning. Choose who you're going to marry and be very careful who you are going to choose. All right. Now, for the women, don't go and marry a wimp and then you come out and complain tomorrow. If you know you cannot respect somebody, don't go and marry them. If you are already dating someone now and you are seeing that person as an empty vessel or somebody who has no good opinion or somebody who is wavering up and down, don't marry him because tomorrow you will not respect him. And if you're not respecting him, the society will see you as a Margaret and nobody will applaud you for that. So it is very important that from that very beginning, you choose the man who can take charge of the family, the man who can be at the helm of affairs while you sit back and do your work as the neck. Okay. If you don't want to become a Jezebel tomorrow, please marry a man that commands respect. And for my unmarried friends, ladies out there, do not pray for a man you will control. I am going to tell you this clearly. It is not easy for a woman to carry the family. Don't even wish that upon yourself. No matter how strong you think you are, you can never be stronger than a man. So don't pray for somebody who is not a leader or a man who is not respectable or a man who doesn't have self-confidence so that you will be in charge. You want to be married and be single. Don't pray for that at all. Marry a respectable man. As for those women who knows how to shout feminism, 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 I will really take my time to delve into that feminism. But one thing I'm going to drop for you in this video is no matter how feminine or feminist, whatever feminist you are, a woman and a man are not the same when it comes to so many things. I mean, I think I have to shoot a full video on that. But let me go ahead. A woman and a man, we are not the same. Okay? Men and women are not the same. The level of power they have, both emotional and everything, physical, and the women are not the same. Yes, we don't want to be treated like people that doesn't have sense. But I will tell you something: women who have sense, women who have something to offer, women who stands and talk, knowledge, wisdom, they are respected in the society. You don't need to shout. You don't need to ask. You don't need to fight for it. People will respect you. Funny enough, you don't even need to wear trousers to be regarded as a strong woman. You can wear your skirt and wear your gown and tie your wrapper and the people will respect you because you are somebody respectable. I am talking of a woman, not men now. But the truth is, no matter what respect you command, no matter what opinion you have, and no matter what knowledge you have, it is always better to have a strong man around you. Believe me, when you have a strong man protecting you, you are on a bed of roses already. Why would I even have to struggle too much if my husband will be there for me? Like I can hide behind him and be putting in some words, and if the fight come, I will dodge behind him and let him go ahead and do the fighting. I don't even want to struggle too much. All right, God has endowed my husband with enough strength to protect me, fight for me, hustle for me. And I'm not saying I will kill the man with load. No. Personally, I'm also a hustler, but I am happy that he is the man of the house. He is taking care of us. He is in charge of everything. So I don't need to really kill myself over so many things or, be shouting feminism, feminism. So my dear women, let's marry respectable men. Let's marry real men. Let's marry strong men. Of course, so that they will protect us, all right? You can respect them. I respect my husband because he has everything to offer as a man. Like, he is wearing his trousers very well, representing himself as a man. Sometimes he will tell me, do you think it's not every man that wears trousers that is a man and everything? I will laugh because, of course, he's teasing and all that, but at least because he's a real man, my life is easier. All right. So don't try to take on the hem of our affairs. It's not going to be easy for you. And for men, stop trying to beat your wives or trying to disrespect them. And you are saying they are not submissive to you. No, try to command respect as a human being, as a man. Wear your trousers very well and wear it with pride. And the respect will flow from your wife, from the people around you. And my fellow women, if you have something to offer, like I said before, men will sit down and listen to you. Men will sit down and share opinions with you. Men will also value you. You don't need to shout feminism, feminism, feminism. You don't need to bring out your head. You don't need to start saying, this is me, you people are disrespecting us or taking us common. No, not when you don't have anything to offer. You're looking for respect. Nobody will respect you. Even some women of substance will not even respect you as a woman. You see, when you remove that word submission and replace it with the word respect, you will see that because respect is reciprocal, both the man and the woman deserves respect. But like I said from the beginning, whoever it is that wants to be respected, you must learn to respect others, and then you must make yourself respectable. All right. I know some people may disagree with some of my points, while some people who will sit down, listen, and think carefully will accept that at least I've made, a level of sense in this thing. All right. So please, let's not fight each other when it comes to marriage. Life can be simpler. All right. I love you all. I'll be seeing you in the next video. And remember to drop your comment, share my videos, and give it a thumbs up if I made sense, no matter how small.